Welcome back. Go the Dog Butcher back again to shine the light on this worthless dog culture and on these deranged dog owners. The face you see here is a face that I would want to give uh, to a child, that says they have a dog. Um, Long story short, a child told me, out of the blue, out of nowhere, that they have a dog. And again, like when you know the stats and the facts and all the issues that surround this dog culture, you just go like, really? Like really? um and this is the face that I want to give, but not necessarily give out. But this is the face again that I would want to give. But again, they're like unlike dog lovers who think they can share their dog propaganda anywhere anyhow and not have any type of consequence. Obviously, with me, I'm wise enough not to share the anti share anything that's like anti dog. There's always has to be that time and place, and always that certain with that certain type of people where you just don't share your anti dog I guess narrative, anti dog uh, movement. Because with dog lovers, they will share their dog nuttery everywhere they go. Like literally, these people have no regards. They will share their dog nuttery everywhere in the grocery store, even in places that have nothing to do with dogs. They're gonna show you pictures of their dog, and it's like really. But with me again, you have to be wise, very wise of when, how, and who you share anti-dog, issues with. But anyways, hope everyone has had a dog free week. Um, just to start things off, we gotta applaud this cat for smacking the crap out of this worthless mutt. Like this cat knows. Like this cat seriously does know that this thing is worthless, and this thing and it slapped the shit out of this dog. And when dog nuts see videos like this, they get offended. They want to hurt the cat. They want to send threats to the cat for hurting a worthless mutt. But when a dog, attacks innocent cats or kills a cat, these dog nuts will applaud and praise the dog. That's how you know that there is a serious problem with this dog culture, where again they only care about the dog. They don't care about the cat. They don't care about other animals. They don't care about the children. They don't even care about themselves. It's always about the dog. This cat beating the crap out of this worthless mutt will trigger a lot of dog nuts. It's going to trigger a lot of dog nuts. Dog nuts are going to send threats to this cat because they've been triggered because this cat beat the shit out of this dog. But if the tables were turned and this dog was mauling this cat, dog nuts would be praising the dog for mauling a cat. That's how sick they are. That's what they do. Next up, we have another very A very, very ugly dog. And why do these things exist? I can't tell you. I don't know why they exist. But what I can theorize is this is just part of the dog nuttery, allowing these ugly, hideous, brain dead things to live. Just part of the dog nuttery. It's that simple. This thing is hideous. And a lot of dog nuts will call this thing beautiful. They'll call this thing gorgeous, cute, handsome. They'll be all positive about it. When being ignorant that it's very ugly. It likely has a lot of health problems. It's obviously deformed. Probably has more parasites. It drools more. All this disgusting things. They're just going to be ignorant of that. And they're going to have their dog nuttery just, explode in their minds while they ignore the facts about this hideous, disgusting thing. All right, check this out. This time, this post says, ironically, now that dog fighting is outlawed, supposedly for humane reasons, the number of animals harmed by pit bulls every year is at an all-time high, which begs the question, what is the point of outlawing dog fighting while allowing these fighting dogs to proliferate, if I'm saying that correctly? So we now have this oversupply of working dogs whose work is now considered a crime so long as it occurs in a formal setting. If two willing pit bulls are allowed to square off in the ring, it's a crime. But if a pit bull goes to work on an unwilling animal, tearing the victim apart, it's not a crime. How is that in any way humane? And I get what this person, organization is trying to say. Here, many places, pit bull fighting or bully breed fighting has been outlawed. And the moment there is a dog fighting ring, it gets shut down. People get arrested. Everyone hates the person. Dog haters, pit bull haters, will send threats to the person, and they hate that person. But when this pit bull attacks natural animals, real animals, for no reason, all of a sudden, it's like no one cares, really. No one cares. All they're going to say is blame the owner, and they just look away and they just keep walking. These things will also attack children, left to right, unprovoked, in their home, in the neighborhood. And again, animal control is going to take their time. And they're going to blame the owner, blame the victim. But as soon as, again, we decide to put these things into good use by making a few bucks and allowing them to kill other pit bulls, all of a sudden, that is a problem. I mean, these things want to fight. These things want to attack. And when you let them attack things that want to attack, that is a problem. But when you allow these things to attack children and real animals, natural animals, who don't want to be attacked, who have no business being attacked, all of a sudden it's like, they kind of just shrug it off as it doesn't really matter. So again, this dog culture, this pit bull culture, bully breed culture, it is very confusing. It makes no sense whatsoever. And again, you have to be very dumb. You have to be very dumb to be a pit bull nutter, a bully tard, or even a typical dog nutter. How about the hypocriticalness of this dog culture? Dog lover, I hate cats. Cat lover would say, okay, each their own. But now the cat lover says, I am not a dog person. The dog lover would go, you pause. I'm not sure what that means, but they'll say F off before I smack you. You are one vile C word. And this is true. You can hate every other animal. Any animal. And that's fine. And the moment you hate dogs for a valid reason, you are seen as like one of the worst people ever. These dog lovers will attack you for hating dogs, for not being a dog person. They're going to attack you for not wanting to sit near a dog, not wanting to pet your dog. But for them, they're okay with their dog mauling your cat. They're okay with you, hating cats. They're okay with you hating children. But as soon as you hate dogs or hate their dog, that again, it triggers them. And it really does trigger them because these are dog nutters. They really don't, I don't really think they have much control of themselves. And I made a video about some dog nuts, likely they have parasites in them and where they're not in control of themselves. So I wouldn't be surprised a lot if these dog nuts or dog tards don't have much control of themselves. Wouldn't be surprised. Because again, you can hate anything else. You can hate anything else and it's fine. But the moment you have a valid reason to hate dogs, they're going to get triggered. And I think they should get triggered. So they realize, hey, I don't want to be near your dog. Keep your dog away from me. But a lot of dog nuts will keep allowing their dog to go near people, not realizing this person may or may not, or is capable of, murking and ending your worthless mutt. But they take the chance every single time. And a lot of times their dog goes down and they just want to play the victim as if that was never possible. That is how foolish dog culture is. Here's a video of a dumb dog getting its head caught in between the railings. Like, how? Why? It doesn't really make sense. Like, why would you stick your head there? What business do you have sticking your head between the railing posts? Like, what? Why? Like, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. Either this thing was going up or down. Why would it need to stop and stick its head between the railing? You know why? Because these things are always wanting to smell things. Everywhere they go, they're always having to go and smell things. Again, I watch these dog nuts walk their worthless mutt. They take 10 steps, dog has to smell. Take 2 steps, they have to stop and let the dog smell. Cross the street, immediately they got to stop and let their dog smell. They're always trying to smell things. Always moving around, doing some annoying crap. And this is what happens. They get their head stuck between railings. How? Why? Like why? How? Why? How? Again, that's how worthless these things are. And again, if it wasn't for these, I guess you can say, dog nutters, these things would not be able to survive on their own, and they can't survive on their own. And I'm going to keep saying that in nearly every video if I can, that these things cannot survive on their own, which they can't. They can't. They can't survive on their own. They will not ever be able to survive on their own because they're worthless. They're worthless and they're stupid. And this is a prime example of how stupid dogs are. Check this one out. Again, man's best friend. They rip apart cars and cause up to $350,000 in damage at dealer. But guess what? This happened in Houston, Texas. Nearly half dozen cars parked at a used dealership in Houston, Texas. The dog just attacks have caused between this amount of damages. But the police department didn't do anything about it. They didn't do anything about it because they say that This is a civil matter. They're saying it's a civil matter, and they cannot help in the situation. And the police reportedly suggest the business hire a private investigator to find the owner of the dogs. So pretty much, dogs are allowed to kill people, maul people, and now they're allowed to destroy property and basically get away with it. If this was a bear or coyote doing such things, they would find it and kill the thing. But with dogs, they're just allowed to break people's property for no reason. They can't believe we're talking about this. They ripped apart over $350,000 worth in a dealership. Worthless mutts did this. They did this. And the Houston police can't do anything about it. So basically they're saying that dogs can get away with destroying your property and you cannot do anything about it. And now they got to find the owner, and chances are, if the owner finds what happens, do you think the owner is going to say, "Hey, those are my dogs"? Do you really think the owner is going to come out and say, "Hey, those are my dogs"? This is how you're going to find out who's really the true dog lover or the dog nutter. This is the way you're gonna find out if this dog owner is really a true dog lover. If this person is really a true dog lover, they would be able to go and retrieve their mutt in risk of having to pay back this amount in damages. I think a true dog lover would. I guarantee a true dog lover would identify their dog and say, "Hey, these are my dogs that caused it. Can I have my dogs back?" In the risk of having to pay this back. But these fake dog lovers, I think they would, if they've caught these dogs, I'm not sure, they'd probably just, move on and try to avoid having to pay up. But it's unbelievable that that dogs are able to do this. Man. And again, it's funny how real natural animals, they don't cause this much trouble. The most they'll do is, in terms of survival, they will dig up in your garden, dig up in your lawn. They're going to probably dig up and harm, the interior of your home in order to survive. They're doing it to survive. They're not doing it for fun or for no reason. But these dogs damaging cars and various property for no reason at all. It's hilarious. It is highly hilarious. Let's check out this very arrogant, very highly arrogant dog lover T-shirt. It says, "Unless you're a dog, please get away from me." How arrogant is this? Even if this is a joke, it's a very arrogant and very rude and stupid joke. It's a really bad joke. Unless you're a dog, please get away from me. This is what your precious dog lovers and dog nutters are saying. Yeah, and it's funny how these same dog lovers and nutters, as soon as when their dog is hurt or something, they're going to run to the human for help. Their dog gets hit, they're running to their human. They have someone messing with their dog, they're going to run to their human. They're not going to run to other dogs to help them. When they're sad and, need, something to do with their car or whatever, or rent or something, they're not going to go to a dog. They're not going to dogs. They're going to another human. So again, these statements that these dog nuts say are very arrogant, and it's just very, very stupid. Check out another deformed deformed I don't know what to call this thing, but honestly this thing looks like a worm. It looks like a worm. Like, this literally looks like a worm that you would find in dogs. Literally, this thing is totally deformed. It's like a deformed worm. And people will think this is beautiful. No, sorry. Not people. Dog nutters will think that this thing is beautiful. When it's a deformed, disgusting, ugly looking piece of mess. Again, dog nutters are posting ugly, hideous pictures of their dog in their homes. Again, minus the dog worship. Obviously, this is dog worship. But why would someone have this ugly ass thing posted in their home? So every day you can see a still picture of how ugly this thing is. This thing is ugly. The picture is ugly. But again, in real life, this thing is uglier. And I've said this before. Dogs are way uglier in real life. You see them here and it's like, okay, this thing is ugly. But then when you see them in real life, with your two bare eyes, they are way uglier. But here we have someone using the name of a legendary rapper and having to post their ugly face in their home. Why? Why is this acceptable? Why do people worship this? Why do people praise this? Why are they so arrogant to see how ugly and hideous these things are? Look how ugly this thing is. This thing is ugly. Look at it. Look at it, man. Look. Oh, look, this thing is despicable. I'm sorry. We got to move on. This thing is despicable. Next story. He probably tongue-kissed it like most of the nuts. I hate when dogs lick people. So, looks like a man who had his limbs amputated because his dog licked him. Sorry, some of the things cut off. He was infected with this disease. I'll call it CAP. It's a bacteria that are very common in dogs, but can be fatal to humans. The infection turned into SIPS, blood poisoning that threatened his life, and doctors decided to amputate his limbs in the end. In June, he felt like he had a flu. He quickly deteriorated to the point where taken to the nearest hospital, and the doctor gave him antibiotics, but soon his condition worsened. So not even antibiotics. Antibiotics is not enough to fight these disgusting dog bacteria. Long story short, his skin on his hands and nose began to turn black. His skin on his hands and nose began to turn black. The tissue was dying. And at the end of the day, this dog nutter, he blames none of the dogs and still loves these worthless mutts. So this dog nut had pretty much his body amputated because of the dog licks, or the bacteria in the dog's mouth. And at the end of the day, he still isn't going to blame the dog. And he's still going to love these worthless mutts, even though they literally cost him an arm and a foot. Literally. This is the dog nutter. And a lot of dog nutters, they just don't learn. They don't learn. A lot of dog nutters are far gone. This man lost an arm and a leg, figure of speech, because of his dog licking or biting him or whatever. And this guy is still remaining loyal to his dog nuttery. All for what? For a delusion, basically. To live in a fantasy world where you really get nothing in return. You lose way more. This guy has lost his arms, his legs, his nose. And this guy is still remaining in his dog nuttery. All right. Oops. For it says, I work at a dog daycare and I need advice. This is a burner account, but I work at a dog daycare and we have a couple of pit bulls who come to daycare. So far, I've had no issue, but I'm scared if something would happen. What do I do? Or if they decide to fight another dog, what do I do? Does anyone have any suggestions to keep myself more safe at work? These specific dogs have not shown aggression, but I want to be prepared just in case. Leave. Leave. Just leave, because it's not worth it. End of the day, it might not even be the pit bulls fighting each other. The pit bulls may attack you and kill you, mauling your arms off, mauling your legs off, your nose off, your face off. As soon as a pit bull enters, and if that pit bull owner and the pit bull don't want to leave, you have to leave. For your own safety, you leave. There are better jobs out there than working at a worthless mutt daycare. It's not wise to risk your life to look after worthless mutts. It isn't. It's not worth it. So I say again, just walk away. Again, dog nuttery for you. We have dog nuts, making pictures like this just to support their dog nuttery. This is what they do. And they find this funny while not realizing that this dog obsession is very sick. It is very, very sick. And it's not just only does it affect them, it affects everyone. People are dying because of this dog obsession. People are losing an arm and a leg, like this guy, because of this dog obsession. Again, I don't understand why this is the thing. And on Facebook, there are a lot of ads like this of people, advertising to have their dog's ugly face posted in their home. Tell me this is not dog worship. Tell me this is not a dog obsession. This is far bad. It's horrible. It is horrible. Man, you could choose so many real animals, natural, beautiful animals. And they're gonna settle with this thing? God, it's sickening. Very, very sickening. So this is just a post of someone. Okay, I'm gonna skip that. Um, yeah. Yeah. Then in there's a few things that I found throughout the week. I think there's still more that I want to show. Obviously, have the weekend to go as well. So, whatever I find, I'm gonna just shine the light on it. Long week again. I'm tired. That's why I probably sound horrible because I've been tired this week. I've been going to bed on time. Like I'm trying to sleep. I sort of sleep, but I wake up like so tired, like very very tired. So it's just as like I'm very tired, which is why I sound so off. So I'm gonna get some rest today for the weekend. Anyways, this is another worthless month. Go to the dog butcher, and remember, it's okay to hate dogs.